best. But here's what I did.
Yeah.
Let me tell you what happened with me. So I'm coming up in business and I'm learning from these advisors and mentors. And the rule of thumb in business is what? Never talk religion, never talk sex, and never talk politics, right? These are like the three things. Whatever other things that people want to add to it. I'm like, you know what? I don't know. I like talking religion. I like talking politics. And I don't mind talking about sex because at that time I'm single. So I'm dealing with a bunch of young guys.
Yeah.
Hey, they want to talk about it, right?
Yeah.
And then you are smaller. So when you're smaller and you're doing it, the risk is higher. As you're getting bigger and you're doing it, you have a little bit more credibility. But it comes to a point where you are managing expectation with the audience. And let me explain to you what I mean by this. First time I did a interview with Michael Francis, and I did a mob interview, and then after that I interviewed 20 other mobsters, and we did a bunch of different things. But the first time I did it, I can't believe Pat did this. You should have never done this. You're an idiot. You're this. Why would you associate yourself? I'm like, it's my show. It's what I'm interested in.
Yeah.
If you're not, don't worry about it.
Yeah, exactly.
There's 50 million other channels, and I started interviewing bodybuilders. Why would a business channel interview bodybuilders? Why would you have on Dorian Yates? Why would you have on this person? Listen, I like bodybuilding. You don't like it, go elsewhere.
Yeah.
Then I was interviewing. So then why is Pat talking so much politics? Why is Pat talking CIA people? Why is Pat talking to communists? This is a business channel. You shouldn't interview 10 communist professors and all these other guys. They hate America. Listen, it's my channel.
Yeah.
So what I'm doing in that moment with my fans, my audience, I'm managing expectations. This is what I like. You like it? Great. You don't, you don't like it. I think in business, like yesterday, I'm giving a message. The whole message I gave yesterday at the closing session was about politics. Yeah. And the story I told the following story. I said, when 9/11 happened and everybody is looking around saying, wait a minute, 2 planes? That's the enemy? Are you kidding me? No problem. Yep. What are you, black? You're white? I don't care. Where's your kid? I'm going to go help you. Yep. You're Republican? You're Democrat? I don't give a shit if you're Republican or Democrat. Today, we're all Americans, right?
Yep.
What happened the last 2 years with COVID is we said COVID came and say China's the one that caused a lot of this. Yep. Rather than saying that's the enemy, we said, you're a Republican before I'm an American. I'm a Democrat before I'm an American. We forgot the fact that we're Americans first before we're political issues. Now, 10 years ago, 12 years ago, I had dinner with George Will and I first talked politics. People said, you shouldn't talk about that. And I'm like, so I was a little bit on edge myself. I was like, man, maybe I shouldn't talk about this in business because I'm losing people, right? And then eventually I said, 5 years, I'm asking myself, I can't stop talking about this stuff. This is all I think about. So my managing of expectation with the audience was, this is what I talk about. If you're uncomfortable, you can go to another company.
Of course.
But this is my comfort zone. So I think as a comedian, you are essentially, you know, because you can get lost in seeing one guy goes viral as a comedian. Like, maybe I should try that guy's style. And one guy's on, maybe I should. And you're like, dude, that's just not my style.
Yep.
This is my style. What do you want me to do? And then you stick to it and you manage that expectation with your audience.
100%. And that's why I didn't lose a single fan during that entire thing. Without a doubt, everyone knows that that's my thing. So when people come and see me live, if I don't have something that's, you know, really pushing the limit, then they're not getting.
They feel like you cheated them. Yeah,
right.
They're like,
exactly.
what are you doing, bro?
Right.
You pushed the limit.
All we did was laugh the whole time. Meanwhile, I need to get them to literally go, oh God, or ooh, or no.
That's all I did when I was listening to you.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, I was listening. I'm like, freaking, hey, this guy's unbelievable. I love. If you haven't been, have you seen his?
Not live. I've seen it obviously on YouTube.
I thought Tony's message was unreal. Hans was third. You came right before Joe, and then Joe came up and Joe did what Joe did.
Yeah,
but. Dude, you were just going like this. You were going like this. And it's funny watching you, how you handled it. At first, one of the mics wasn't working. They brought the new mic and you just in control. You're dressed in your, thing that you have and you did what you did. But again, I want you to be free.
Yeah.
I want comedians to be free. I want a comedian to offend me. Go ahead. Say something. I'm Middle Eastern, Armenian, Assyrian. Say something. It's okay. I want to hear it.
But it better be funny. You know what I mean? Make me laugh. Bust my balls, but it better
I think
be funny.
that's what you guys are saying, that in your world, if you can make it funny.
100%.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you guys, Tony.
Yeah.
Sorry. Well, I mean, look, I think comedians have a very necessary role in society, especially right now in America today. Yeah. I think as far as we talked about this, the whole conversation basically started on, I remember when I almost got canceled, right? Yeah. So we're talking about cancel culture right now. comedians have a longer leash than any other person in America, whether you're a business person, CEO, whether you're a politician, whether you're just average Joe show on the street. Comedians have that ability to say, I could push the envelope. I can push the limit here. Look at from Lenny Bruce, who got canceled, get thrown in jail, to Carlin, who turned from a comedian to philosopher,
pothead to a modern day philosopher,
pundit even. And then you have Richard Pryor and everything that he was doing, Eddie Murphy. But like these days, right now, Louis C.K. got fucking canceled for doing something, not even a joke, some
other stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He got swept up in the Me Too movement.
Yeah.
Okay.
He got canceled by Hollywood, though. It's
correct.
Totally different.
But then
he's selling his own specials and selling out
Killed it. His
theaters
last one
around
made
the
so
world.
much
But he
money,
got
$5
canceled.
million
One of the
bucks.
best in the world.
There's a reason he's not headlining like he was before. Here's my point.
But he is.
Here's my point.
Okay.
Dave Chappelle, they tried to cancel Dave Chappelle.
Right.
Yeah.
Whether you believe that or not.
Yeah.
They tried to cancel fucking Rogan.
Right.
Yeah. Of course.
Like everything is like the end whole the end thing, the da 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 da.
Yeah.
But if there's anybody that's not cancelable, it's the biggest. The people with the biggest microphones and the biggest leash are comedians. As a comedian, do you feel a sense of responsibility to say, all right, things are kind of crazy here in America right now. I gotta add like Tim Dillon is great at this kind of stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you feel a sense of like, hey, you can't cancel me. I'm a freaking comedian. Like this is kind of my job here. What are your thoughts on just overall component of what it's like to be a comedian and your role in society? See what I'm saying here?
Yeah, I mean, totally. Yeah, we are. It's already proven. I mean, what you just said about Louis being canceled or Dave Chappelle being canceled or them trying to cancel Joe Rogan, like none of that is a thing. We did 15,000 people on Wednesday. Dave Chappelle will always sell out whatever he wants to do.
Yep.
Anybody that's ever seen Louis, unless you've literally had somebody in a hotel room jerk off in front of you, he didn't lose a fan. I mean, you can't cancel that which works. If it's not funny, that's different.
Yeah.
But you can't cancel comedians. It's just impossible. What you can do, what the one option is you have to hope that they get arrested. Like Bill Cosby is canceled.
Yeah.
Right?
But he's out now, right?
Even though he's free, and if he
does stand up, he'd sell out in a heartbeat.
He would sell out with his crowd.
In a heartbeat.
Bunch of creeps.
Bill Cosby would 100% sell out in hours. Arena, whatever. Trust me.
So, but Tony just said something very important, though. Tony, if you don't mind unpacking that, you said, but Louis C.K. got canceled with Hollywood, not canceled.
Right.
So unpack what that means to you.
So he was writing and directing and producing and acting, and those things, you're leaving it into these corporations' hands all of a sudden. And the second that happens, you've given it to them. You know what I mean? Luckily, even Netflix was put on the pressure cooker with the Chappelle stuff. It wasn't Chappelle who was getting hurt by it. It was them, right? Because they're going, Netflix, take this down or else you're against transgender, whatever, which if you listen to the joke, there's nothing to even be mad at all. It's just him covering a subject, getting laughs, being actually a supporter of transgender rights, but nobody listens to anything. It doesn't matter. And what they're saying doesn't matter. Those people that the Twitter mobs and everything, they don't care at all. They're bored. They're always looking for their next thing. And, they're always moving on. But getting canceled by Hollywood, I mean, he wanted to do that stuff. And now, and I know what's going to happen, he's going to make things with his own money. And he's going to make more money because the next thing that's going to be the next thing, or perhaps the tide is turning as we're seeing with Netflix and Disney and HBO winning this race. Because why? Because they tend to stick with absolutely good content. It's not about this or pandering towards this. I mean, the most watched, most awarded show right now is Succession. It's the only thing that I'm really, that and Ozark, right? It's like two of the most lauded things, and it's about what? Rich white people making vast sums of money. So like, meanwhile, other shows are like, hey, come over here for Black History Month, or it's Asian Heritage Month. We have these special Asian shows, and people are starting to catch on to like, why are you pandering to me?
Because that's what they think that people want. Because everybody's so woke right now.
And pandering is the way in our world, in being a comedian, that's the lowest form. It's not who's the
pandering?
meanest. Is trying to, this is a black audience, so I'm going to sound a little bit blacker. This is
worse.
I'm going to do these jokes because this.
If you enjoyed this short clip, click over here to watch another short clip. And if you want to watch the entire episode, the entire podcast, click here.